Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Today I'm guiding you through a new moon yin yoga practice, and this month the new moon is in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a very nurturing sign that's ruled by the element of water and by the moon. So this month we're asked to care for our bodies and our emotions and to bring greater nourishment and nurturing to our lives. And in this practice, we'll allow for a new moon intention, a sankalpa, to naturally arise through our practice. And we'll get started today by coming into a very comfortable child's pose. So for child's pose, I recommend that you work with either one bolster or even two bolsters to support your abdomen and your forehead. So you can get started by widening through your knees and bringing a little bit of pull to the inner leg lines, and then stacking your support in front of you. Again, adding a little bit more support than normal so you can really feel held in this posture. And when you're ready, you can relax your abdomen along the bolster and turn your cheek to one side. And take some time here to slow down your breath, feeling your breath beginning to expand through the back body, through the lower lobes of the lungs, sides of the rib cage, and the upper back. Your breath rising and falling like a wave. And very slowly rotating your head in the opposite direction, placing the opposite cheek to the bolster. Take your time to walk your palms back under your shoulders. Rotate your head back to center and slowly press up to a seated position, pausing here as you lift. And taking deep and full breaths into your chest and feeling the base of the pelvis rest on the ground. Hips soft and relaxed, and your breath expanding now through the lower abdomen, sides of the rib cage, and in through the chest. And then you can take your props and place them off to one side. Coming to hands and knees, moving very slowly, stepping the knees back underneath your hips. And very slowly, let's begin to wave the spine, tilting the tailbone up, letting the belly hang, and gently arcing the heart forward. And then exhale, rounding back, rooting your palms down into the earth, and letting your head drop. We'll take a few movements like this, opening up the passage of fluids along your spine. And then slowly coming back to neutral spine. And from a neutral spine, let's extend our palms forward to the top of the mat and melt the heart down towards the ground. Let your forehead rest to the floor, tailbone tilting to the sky. Coming into heart melting pose. Breathing into the side of the body, feeling the sides of the rib cage expand with breath. And from here, you can begin to bend through the elbows, resting down to the forearms and sliding onto your pelvis. Untucking your toes and walking the elbows underneath your shoulders for Sphinx pose. Letting your pelvis relax and the soles of your feet soften. Heart hanging between the shoulders. And perhaps you're bending your knees and sending your toes to the sky. Make sure this feels okay for your lower back. If you do feel any irritation, just bring your feet back down to the ground. softening the tops of your thighs and resting the weight of the pelvis as you compress a little deeper into the lower back. And as an option, you can slowly draw your knees towards the sides of the mat and then let your toes come together to touch. So you're just widening through the inner leg lines. And for your last few breaths, you can extend the arm bones, reaching the heart up. And then lower back down to your forearms. Let's widen the elbows open, roll down, and relax your feet back down to the ground. And taking the legs open to the corners of the mat. And breathing deeply into the back body. Let's bend our knees again, floating the toes up, and this time rocking the legs from side to side like windshield wipers. Releasing the lower back. And then relax your feet and thread one palm underneath you. We're coming onto our backs. And as you come onto your back, you can float your knees to your chest. Lengthening through the lower back and dropping down through the shoulders and the base of the skull. Compressing the thigh bones a little bit closer towards the abdomen. And taking a deep, full breath into the back body. And as you exhale, round your spine. Floating the forehead to your knees. And then relaxing your shoulders and your head back to the floor. Let's extend our right leg forward on the ground and keep compressing the left thigh towards the abdomen. Softening along the lower back and dropping down through your shoulders. Let's help the left knee across the body and over to the right, shifting up onto the right hip and coming into a twist. And you can add some support underneath your floating knee. Lengthen up along the spine and twist from the mid-spine right through the center of the abdomen, opening across your chest and softening through the left shoulder, bringing the palm open in line with the shoulder. Closing your eyes here and feeling this beautiful stretch through the lower back and into the internal organs, helping to move the waters of the body back to center. This is very soothing for our nervous system. If you do find that this twist is too intense for your lower back, you can bend your bottom knee and slide that up underneath the top knee for a two-knee twist. And taking one more expansive breath into your chest. Floating your top knee up and shifting again onto your back, bending through your knees and pausing here for a moment with a neutral spine. Deepening into your three-part yogic breath through the lower belly, the sides of the rib cage, and the upper lobes of the lungs. And floating your right knee to your chest, squeezing the thigh bone closer to the abdomen, and stretching your left leg out onto the ground. Taking a moment to lengthen the lower back. And then help your right knee across the body over to the left, shifting up onto the left hip and sliding a prop underneath your floating knee. Lengthen up along your spine and twist open through the mid-spine, softening the right shoulder and opening across your chest. Taking one more full expansive breath. And as you unwind from your twist and come back to center, feeling and sensing the fluids of the body rushing back to the abdomen and the internal organs, resting along your spine and taking a few breaths. And feel your pelvic bowl settle on the ground. Taking a deep breath in through the lower abdomen. And as you exhale, float both knees again to your chest and draw the knees open towards your armpits, opening up through the inner leg lines, the hips and pelvis. Flex your feet and send the soles of your feet towards the sky so that the ankles are stacked on top of the knees. And you can rest your palms to the outer leg lines, letting the shoulders soften back and down. Closing your eyes. Feeling the full weight of your pelvis drop down. Thigh bones heavy. And for our last few moments here, let's just very gently rock the pelvis from side to side. Just like a boat rocking on top of water. Massaging across the sacrum and kidneys and into the outer hip. And feeling the energy moving along the spine as you begin to integrate your practice. And we'll slowly rock back to center, taking another breath. Sliding your palms down to the outer knees and slowly helping your knees in towards each other. Resting your heels and placing your feet back to the floor. Taking a few breaths to move into your final relaxation. You can either come into Savasana, lying flat on the floor, or you can move up into a seated posture, closing your eyes. Relaxing your mind back into the movement of breath, just like a wave through the belly, rib cage, and chest. Resting your internal awareness to the space between your eyebrows and softening through this space. Feeling your attention draw back away from the forehead and deep down into the midbrain. Feeling and sensing into a subtle pulsation at the midbrain. And bringing your palms to your heart center, taking this time to create your sankalpa, your new moon intentions for the next full lunar cycle. Asking yourself what you need to nurture and nourish in your life. And repeating your new moon intention to yourself 3 times. And taking a deep breath in and releasing and letting go through open mouth. Thank you for practicing with me and have a beautiful new moon. If you'd like to go deeper into your yin yoga practice, join me for full length practices in my home yoga membership, and you can find out more in the links below. Having a wonderful day. Namaste. For more yoga practices like these, please like this video, comment below, and share this video with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.